hello. How's it rocking out there, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, it's that time again where we're going to be rocking it out with these guys who are going to be setting the beginner's luck kind of a thing for Tier 2 Redline Racing League as we roll it out into the next. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Redline Racing League for the Tier 2 guys on the Silverstone track. Haha, this is going to be
Hello, Rick. How are you doing?
Well, thanks on yourself there. This is going to be one heck of a race, ladies and gentlemen.
Would you mind me joining you on the commentating? I used to commentate Team 2 also.
So long if you're awesome, then you'll be awesome.
Okay, let's try.
As always. I'm willing to accept you in here if you stay awesome as usual.
Seeing that I'm new to actually look into the league, can you give me a rundown? Who's the championship leader and who's the favorites for this track?
Ooh, I can't really say there aren't really any favorites currently as we're looking at it right now. It's been quite a tough one for these guys. I'm not gonna lie. You might say Jock and Kaiser and Lucius and most probably Tiny G are the favorites as we're looking at it right now. But let us actually have a look at the points table. I don't know if they have updated everything, but let us have a look. Quick squeeze. Last time I saw Jock was in the lead, so let us have a quick squeeze and see how this is rolling out for these guys.
So in the practice sessions, I was driving a bit with Michael, Alicia, and the co, and it looks like I must say Michael definitely does have speed, and also to Jock. So I'm keen to see how these lap times are going to be panning out for them. Probably looking at something like 126 flats, or maybe any sub 126s will be probably quite quick for this league, right?
Oh yeah, no, definitely. If it's a sub 126, it'll be the ideal position to put yourself right up top there with the guys up at the podium places. So currently we do have Kaiser as our leader currently when it comes to driver standings, followed by Tiny. But the thing is, Tiny has been he hasn't been around a bit, but he still manages to maintain his position on the leaderboard. And
constructors.
And constructors, that will be. Let us see here on the constructors. Oh, Reynolds. I'm actually not shocked.
Kaiser is actually carrying his team.
Yeah, Kaiser's actually, that's what I'm saying. I'm actually not shocked. Like you got Reynolds, which is carried by Kaiser, and then interesting enough, we've got a McLaren right there, then the Red Bull. So, wow, it's been quite an interesting league so far, but I've pretty much enjoyed it. These guys have been, these guys have been kicking it out there. Oh yes, thank you there, Scott, for giving us the points display right there. I hope you're going to be enjoying this because it's going to be one heck of an insane time out here with these guys. And anyways, let us actually get on board with Paradox actually currently. There are other drivers who already started their their quali lap already. But so let's just start off with Paradox and see how he does. Oh, well, okay. There we go. So Tiny G just placing the first time out there with a 126.9. So, oof. It looks fairly fast. So I think the 126s will be for those quick guys so far.
Yeah, this is not one of the fastest laps I've seen so far. Tiny looks like he's putting up a 126.9. Not the fastest I've seen of him before, but definitely at least it's a banker lap, trying to get something in. At least we see Paradox getting out of the way there for
That's
Alicia coming
Alicia.
past.
Actually, I've taken Alicia around this track before previously, and I have a feeling she might do better. She hasn't been doing so well during the season, but I have a feeling she might actually do better on this track today.
Okay.
I'm hoping she has learned her lessons. I mean, you spent around about 2 hours on the track to say just to giving her pointers and getting her acquainted with the whole entire track. But this is,
Yeah.
let's put it this way, this is like 3 weeks ago, so hopefully she still remembers. But yeah, you'll never know. You'll never know. Actually, she has been racing quite a lot. You could say off-season racing. A lot of
Yeah.
practice sessions with the guys. Oof, we got a spin out there from Paradox, destroying his car, and he retires. Ooh,
Oh my.
ooh, that is not good at all for him right there.
At least he got a time there for the P8. But also, meanwhile, we see Michael putting up a 126 flat there, just saying what the front runner's pace is going to be looking at. Also with Jock on 126.7 or 6.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Jock actually improved quite well there. So actually, yes, Michael. I actually forgot about Michael. Michael is actually one of the favorite drivers out there, actually. And, there's a lot of supporters out there who love to see him race because he always makes sure he gets that pole position and he stays in pole position the whole entire time. So,
Yeah.
yeah, like the whole entire season, I've always seen him when it comes to doing qualies. He's always been right up there at the top. But during the races, things tend to change up a bit. I guess it's a bit of a few or a little bit too many mistakes during the race, or just race happenings, race incidents, and all those kind of things that actually impede on his on him getting like the best results for his races.
Yes.
Oof, okay, actually, what I want to do is I actually want to get on board with Lucius because this guy's been carrying almost slipping out a bit there on his warm-up lap. To say, getting those tires nice and warm. Oh, medium compound tires. Interesting.
So this is an interesting strat, trying to see if they can maybe quali in the top 10 on the medium side. The medium tire do being the better tire to start on if you're trying to go for an extended stint, especially with the most likeliness of a safety car being on this in this league, right?
100%. Sorry. I grabbed a quick snack while you were talking.
Sorry. So yeah, like I do respect the guys seeing that they do have the pace going for medium, for the medium quality, then trying to just get a stint in, maybe extend the tires as far as they can, and then maybe they get a lucky time with the safety car and they can stop for softs, and maybe even a two stopper if there's a double safety car. So it is a good strat, I do agree. So hopefully these guys did opt for the softer compounds to have an extra soft tire ready to be used, and they don't use it all up in this quali session.
Oh yeah, so actually, as you've actually mentioned, the high likelihood of actually having a safety car is that if you actually start on the medium compound tires and you push, when there's a safety car, you change up to softs, and then hopefully there's another safety car, you go back into another new set of new softs, which will help you out, in the overall race.
Yeah.
But
so,
no, you can go for it, yeah.
Yeah. So definitely, like I do foresee that there's going to be, of course, like a corner one safety car or something like that, and then you can end up trying to extend those mediums as far as you possibly can, maybe getting like an extra 5 laps out of those tires, which might just open up the window for a one stopper onto softs then instantly.
Oh, well, yeah, no, definitely.
Well, one stopper being, of course, the elected.
Actually, this is quite an interesting stat here coming from Twitch, from Scott here. He's one of the tier 1 drivers, and what he just said right now, he said the mediums are actually really good on this track, and you should be able to get at least 24 laps, and that'll get you all the way
Agreed.
up to 55% on way. Away there, Linux. But
Yeah, away.
And
So
yeah.
I do agree. I do agree with Scott there. Like we did a practice run before the event now, and we did see that you can actually extend those mediums if you take care of them quite nicely. Hopefully the drivers do opt to maybe go for some kind of low short fueling or under fueling. So if they're sitting on the safety car, they're going to be able to spare all that fuel up, and that saves your tires immensely.
Oh yeah, that is so true. I mean, especially in tier two, where there's a likelihood of the safety car, you actually don't have to carry, you don't have to carry extra fuel. You know,
Agreed.
in most cases, the tier one drivers will carry extra fuel because they know, everybody's just crafting to get there and make sure they're getting the best times, and they're trying to push to get to the
Yeah.
best positions all the time. So I think if you're in tier two, the idea is just to keep the same level of fuel. If you can go lower, that's you must have some sort of skill to actually preserve your fuel throughout the race if you can reduce the amount of fuel on board. But yeah, I think with the fact that you're gonna let's touch wood, we don't get any safety cars, that should make things a little bit much more interesting. But obviously, with a lot of fatigue that happens during the race, we will be getting a safety car, as we've all
Yeah.
witnessed in the tier two Redline Racing League. That the guys get a heck of a lot of fatigue while they're racing. They lose a lot of focus and they end up doing a lot of stupid mistakes. And these guys can easily pick up. They easily pick up a lot of penalty points as soon as they go right past lap 20. I feel like these guys just really need to, practice a little bit more on consistency than having to have like the best lap to say. It's just being more consistent and progressive throughout the whole entire race. That would help them out quite a lot.
Yes. So I do think a strong problem with some of these newer players, as we see Tiny almost spinning there in the corner four, is like a lot of them set up their setups for just for qualifying, so be able to put up a massive lap in qualifying. But when it comes to actually having racecraft and putting it over, let's say 26, 24 lap race, it just isn't feasible. It ended up the tires, they just spin out, the tires give in, and they bin it.
Oh yeah,
So I
that is
agree with
true.
you. Trying to find that nice balance of your setup and generally just being consistent with over a lap, well, 40, 50 laps, whatever it may be, and trying to just be better, as you said.
Yeah, no, that is so true. But you know what's actually interesting, as you've mentioned the setup, is that, as you say, the guys set up their cars for a quali instead of actually setting it up for a race. I mean,
Correct.
a lot of setups put so much pressure on the tires, and when you're racing, you're not actually, putting the car on those kind of conditions the whole entire time, because you're trying to work with a strategy of saving up your tires and all of those kind of things. So if you set up the car for quali only, yeah, you literally just ruin your race, because now you might have to pit a little bit more, or you'll have to deal with the fact that you have to push your tires a little bit further on to avoid pitting more. But then now you have that wear and tear where you will be spinning out of corners or losing a lot of traction getting out of the edges of the corners all the time. But it is quite an interesting fact, actually. A lot of guys are just pushing to get the fastest quality time instead of actually setting up the car for the actual race.
Yeah. Well, as of course, track position is important, but I do think overtaking is very easy on Silverstone. So they may be able to get away with like trying to get their car set up a bit better for the race. But I
Oh yeah.
mean, each to his own. And of course, at the end of the day, they are the guys driving. We're just here to keep the people entertained.
Oh yeah, definitely. But anyways, now we've already went past the halfway mark of the whole entire quali. Actually,
Yeah.
just a quick update. So we have four drivers that have not set their time. I'm actually currently on board with Gropster, as he is on his hot lap or quali lap currently. So let us have a look and see how he
Guys
does.
are taking pole, provisional pole for Kaiser coming in.
Oh, Gropster, just okay. It looks like somebody has been saving up a bit of energy, to kind of put it in that way, chilling out in the pits the whole entire session and actually managing to get himself into third position right there. Well
Track
done to Gropster.
evolution for days.
Oof, let us actually try. Oof, that is quite insane. So this is what I love to see. Oh, Kaiser actually managed to break the 126 barrier there.
Yeah.
That's blistering fast. I mean, Michael is
Vortex
right
just
behind
drove
him.
right through a barrier there. I don't know if you caught that.
Oh dear. Oh, I never got to see him right there.
It's fine.
Oh dear. But yeah, gee whiz. Oh, that's actually unfortunate. Having to try put a decent quali lap and make a few mistakes and having to go back into the pits to refuel, going out again. It's just such a slip. You waste so much valuable time going in and out. Ideally, what I would recommend for these tier 2 drivers is just go around the track initially on that warm-up lap. Get the tires nice and warm, shake and bake it a little
Yes.
bit there and there, and then the first lap for your quali, just don't push hard. Can you have ERS off, keep it on rich, and then see how well acquaint yourself with the track and see how the Holland type track feels. As you're pushing, and then as soon as you get onto the second lap, you put that ERS on full. You pretty much sorted where you actually see yourself actually improve throughout the whole entire lap, and it actually also motivates the guys to actually push a little bit more during their quali. But you know what, that is just my idea, and there's a lot of ways you can actually do this whole entire thing. But that's my idea, which I usually do. That is, I actually go out there, shake and bake a bit, and then just go through the track, get a feel for it. It's because sometimes when you actually do time trials, for some odd reason, because you got the pressure of people who are looking at you while you're doing your hot lap, and you got the pressure of the fact that you have to push to get a placing. That whole entire
No,
environment
Michael
changes.
crashed there.
Pardon?
Michael unfortunately crashed there on his last timed lap there.
Yeah, no. But yeah, wow, we are now, we're almost done. We are almost done of the quali session. So yeah, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping you guys are ready to rumble today as we are rocking it out here with the tier 2 Redline Racing League drivers out here. So they are almost done of their qualifying session. Currently, we have provisional pole for Kaiser with a 125.9, just managing to break that 126 barrier, and we got Jock doing a 126 flat. That is gonna be
As
one
flat
heck.
as it can be.
It's flat as a pancake, I must say. That is going to be one interesting race between the guys up front, and then in third place, followed by Michael. I'm wondering a little bit if maybe he's holding back a bit, or he just can't get the best out of his car right now. But you know what, you'll never know what happens during the race. And then in fourth place right there, we got Gropster, who was chilling out in the pits most of the whole entire session, and decided, okay, cool, I'm gonna go craft and post a really good lap.
Jock setting down Kaiser with a absolutely seven. What is it?
Oh,
and Archie coming in also hitting down Jock.
Oh my word! Oh my god! Like last minute moves coming from these guys, just really frustrating the other drivers. This is. Well, we're gonna have one heck of an insane race. I'm not gonna
These
lie.
Reynolds are really bringing the fight towards this Red Bull driver, as well as Michael, unfortunately not being able to put up his last lap there, spinning in this first sector. Garbster, how do we say his name? Garbster is in the pits, and he's just got a checkered flag. So the race rundown at the moment is, of course, we're going to be having. It's going to be Ark, followed by Jar, Kaiser, Michael, Garbster, Skexy, Drunken, Tiny, Lucius, Droomhoog, Paradox, Spoon, Alicia, Gur, and looks like Vortex and Blay was not able to put up a lap. I don't know if they have internet issues or...
So Vortex tried out a lap, and he did, exceed the track limits a bit, and he had to invalidate his lap, and it looks like, well, the quali session is definitely over. Will he be able to finish his timed lap? I don't know, but yeah, he spinned out a few times and he exceeded the track limits, invalidating his laps. So he's been going in and out of the pits almost the whole entire session. So it must be super frustrating for him to actually, struggle throughout the quali without having to put down a decent time.
Yeah, let's see. Maybe he's able to put up a lap here. Like, it does look like he did not get the checkered flag. I don't know if he's going to be able to actually, if this lap counts. But it looks like it's okay thus far. Maybe it's something 10th place, 8th place looking for him.
getting into the points position for him. It does not look so fast, but let's actually evaluate how he takes these cars. Oh, wow, nicely done, flat out through that corner right there. Let us actually have a look and see how he goes through this whole entire last section of the... Oof, oh, a lot of speed carried out. Okay, wow. I have a feeling, okay, as he said, he might actually crack it into the points table right there. I don't know. I feel I have a little bit of a doubt on this. I actually have a little bit of a doubt coming to the solid
He
side.
takes that corner pretty well. Not too much speed, at least. It's something. He's currently on 117. He's breaking down to the last final 2 corners. Returning, turning. Does he take the fast line here? It's going to be putting the power down. Going to be hitting that chicane. It's going to be 127.7. Is able to get 11th
So
place
he
there.
just misses to get into those into the points position. But you'll never know. It is definitely going to be one heck of a race, and I would assume he's going to be racing from the back.
I do agree with you. He's probably going to be racing from the back there. But what you actually can say is still alarming for that qualifying spot for him is seeing that he's outside of the top 10. He could maybe elect to go onto the mediums first and just try to have an extended stint and maybe just follow along this the soft tires, staying in the DRS and just prolonging his medium tires as long as he wants.
Oh yeah, especially as we're hearing some comments coming from the drivers there, but especially in his position, these guys are going to try to push themselves into that first corner. The question is, are we going to have any race incidents on that first corner, or is it just going to be one heck of a good first corner? Because I mean, it is a wide corner, and they can't really there's so much space. If somebody becomes a little bit greedy, there will be a lot of mistakes being made there. But you know what, it can happen. And
there's 100% going to be an incident on that first corner. I can guarantee you that.
All right, guys, on the chat, let's see you. Let's place your bets. What's going to happen on the first corner right there?
Let's try to stay impartial here, seeing that we are commentators. Let's not be betting on the favor or unfavor of someone else.
Well, look, the chat can say what they want to say, but look, let's put it this way. I'm an optimist. I feel like they'll be able to manage to go through that first corner without. Maybe they might lose a few, spare parts there and there, but I think they'll be able to do it without having to call out a safety car.
So I'll then be the realist in this commentating deal and say that I definitely think there's going to be a safety car, but I do hope for otherwise. But I do like some chaos. I mean, this league is exciting because of the chaoticness that can happen. Like an underdog can all of a sudden be in P1 with a fresh set of tires, and we don't know what's going to happen. So it's anyone's race.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, if you look at the standings, as we'd assume that Michael should be right up top, but he's not actually there purely because of what happens during the race. All right, so
Five lights,
and yeah, we're rocking it out there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put myself into Gripster's car and see if we can see any action coming from there. Nice and clean out there. Ooh, one AlphaTauri going out wide there, staying on the grass, doing what he does best. They're just cutting the grass a bit there.
Eat my words.
Oof. Oh, sorry. You see, here we go. As I've said. And it is still nice and clean. What a really good clean getaway there from these guys. And now let us have a look and see how this goes down towards the next turn as they speeding all the way down with a lot of tow happening from the guys right at the back there. Ark has got a lot of work to do right now because he's going to have to graft really hard. Oof, we've got getting a 3-second penalty right there. That is definitely not looking so good. Ooh. Oh, I have a feeling he must probably spin out because he's now all of a sudden at the bottom.
At the back, he's back at the back. I think he has wing damage, unfortunately. We'll go check this for you.
Oh, yeah. He looks okay so far. Tiny G also collecting a penalty right there. I would assume that's most probably track limits or cutting the corners.
Yeah, most probably track limits there.
Alright, so as we're looking at it right now, we've had a nice clean getaway from the tier 2 drivers. A lot of respect to these guys who have been learning throughout the whole entire league, just really graphing it out there. But it's going to be one heck of a race right here as they go through Club Corner, going towards the start finish of the race. And let us see. Arc giving us the first lacquer time there for 1:33. Obviously, it is an easy time to most probably beat for these guys. So we will see that time tumble down to being a whole lot faster into the 120s.
Unfortunately, there we also see Drunken picking up another time penalty here. The guys are going to really have to try to. Oh, we have an AlphaTauri spinning. It's Paradox spinning out in sector 1. Oof. It's going to be joining at the back of the pack there.
Oh, that is not looking good at all for him. Tried to catch that in action, but right now we've got Kaiser, which just made a move on Jock, and let's have a look and see, will Jock be able to make a move right back at him? Let us actually bring up some displays to see what happens in this car. We're gonna get on board with Jock and see if he's gonna make a move on Kaiser as it goes through a nice good flat. Oh, backing off the throttle right there on that right hand, on that high-speed right-hander. But we'll have to see how they do through the Maggots and Beckett's corners right here, and they're right going out of Chapel. And let us have a look and see how they go right through the back straight to say. And Ladman just joined in to most probably just spectate right there. He's a tier 1 driver, and right now we still have Jock chasing down Kaiser. Look at it right now. Kaiser's managing. Jock almost losing the back end of the car there. Looks like Kaiser is managing quite well to keep Jock at bay. Here we go. Kaiser taking a 1:26 fastest lap right there, and I'm sure it's still up for grabs. It's not deep enough into a really fast lap right there. So as the cars get a little bit lighter on fuel, we'll see that time tumble down a little bit more. Drum picking up a 3-second penalty. All right. Okay, so these guys need to, put this together. They have to keep it nice and clean, keep their cars right on the track. We can't keep having cars going out there into the farms, getting into
It's interesting to note that Michael's also bearing down on Jock at the moment. The top 4 is quite close at the moment. To see if the ERS does look like he still has a lot of ERS. He might be making the move here.
Oof. That exit right there, I have a feeling, actually not a feeling, but I saw that Jock actually utilized his ERS coming out of that exit right there. Jock cutting the corner quite well. They're losing a lot of speed backing off the throttle now. Michael is right on top of his gearbox right there. Oof! Arc getting a 3-second penalty. Oh, look at this overtake coming from... Oh my word, now we've got these two guys side by side, Jock and Michael. Ooh, they touched a bit there. And so over to you there, right there. Sorry, it's catching.
So it does look like Michael was able to make that overtake there. Almost going a bit too far into Jock. Jock's going to be dropping back here to Gripster at the moment. So Gripster is going to be braking late into this zone. He's going to be side to side here into this corner. Jock mounting the curb. He's going to have the outside line. He's probably be able to defend the spot here. Is he going to have the outside line? No, Gripster is able to make that overtake, capitalizing on his mistake in the Michael fight there.
Oh, that is not looking good right there for Jock, as he is most probably still a little bit shook up with the way that Michael came through. He most probably does not understand how the hell he went right past him. But it is what it is. Now Michael's out there for revenge, and he is definitely pushing really hard, using his ERS, as we can see right here on the first straight of this whole entire circuit right here. So he's looking real good. Let us actually try get on board and see how he does while we look out on the times. I see Blur is actually quite close to passing Spoon. Let's actually try. Ooh, Blur almost hitting Spoon right there, locking up the brakes there a bit. Oh wow, he could have made a move if he actually kept the car in check, but right now he's gonna have to struggle with having to do some catching up work for himself, and he uses a lot of his ERS to try get close to Spoon. Hey, we got Paradox right here on the right of Blur, just really putting his car in there through the high-speed corner, and Paradox finishing the move quite well. Nicely done there for Paradox. Oof, this is a bit of action right at the back, and we'll be keeping an eye out for the guys up front. And you see Jock is getting nice and close to Gerbster, but Paradox seems like he is definitely on fire right here as he crafts himself. Oh, nice, good entry there from Paradox, and followed by a really fast exit there, but Blur did not have a really good entry on that one there.
Also to note at the moment, like Tiny's putting a lot of pressure on Jock in front of him for P5. Jock dropping down 2 positions there, but I mean, he is on, like, he does have a time penalty, so Jock can bear that in mind, but he's definitely going to have to try to negotiate these guys in front again, because this is affecting his race quite a lot.
Oh no, you know what? I'm going to tell you this right now. The race just started, and I'm sure he can get himself in there. And these guys are bound to make more mistakes. They're right up there, sitting with of soft compound tires. So as soon as they get onto the mediums, they're going to be running a little bit wide. So they most probably going to catch a few feelings for the track and get a few penalties there and there. So it's not really the end for Tiny if he does carry on pushing and putting a lot of pressure on Jock to just make more mistakes, to say. But we'll have to see how this goes, because Jock seems to be hungry to get that fourth position back. Oh, we got Spoon right there, falling under
Yellow flag
pressure.
ticket too.
Whoa, Spoon! Oh my word, Spoon just spin out right there. Oh, that is not looking good for Spoon as he spins out of the high-speed corner. Oh wow, sorry man. Yo, that is not so nice.
We can definitely note something that is worth noting here. Is Lucius is currently in P8, not sitting so far behind the race leaders, but he's on the medium tires, sticking with the pace of the front lines on the soft. This can actually pan out quite nice for him. He's getting towed along with the guy in front of him on soft tires, so he might a couple laps down the round actually end up being quite a contender here.
Oh no, I can see actually as he goes through these corners right here, especially on the entries of the corners, he actually keeps the car going quite well, giving him a really fast entry through the apex and giving him that nice lekker exit speed. So far, so on the first two corners right there, he did get quite close to Skiekski, so Skiekski better have a look out from the guy right behind him, because he is definitely catching up slowly but surely. He just needs to nail those corners right, and he will be able to be right behind those guys.
Lucius is definitely under something people might fly under the radar. He's lapping extremely fast on these mediums, and he's looking at how he's handling his tires. He's driving this manual really, really well, seeing that he's not on automatic. He might actually get a podium if he keeps on driving like this. Really good racecraft from him.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm sure he will. We've got a bit of a battle here happening as we have Michael right behind Kaiser, and Kaiser right behind. Oh my word. Drunken is just collecting those points, just living up to his name, just really getting all of those penalties done for himself. But it is not a good thing for Drunken. He needs to get himself all together, because
picks up.
That is not good for him at all. You see, as I've said, Lucius doesn't need to stress too much. He just needs to keep putting pressure on these guys, and they'll stop making mistakes. I mean, right now, Drunken just ruined his chances of actually staying into the points position and giving that away. So now Drum moves up, and then Vortex is able to take Drunken's position. So he needs to watch himself, otherwise it's gonna ruin his chances of staying in the points field.
So the other Ferrari driver, Droomwerk, is able to join his teammates inside of the better points there in P9 now. Is Droomwerk taking over Drunken Irish, as you said. Now, looking at some of the later drivers, like Shift 4 to Alicia, this Red Bull driver, what is she? She's doing on the medium compound run. What kind of position do you think she's aiming for in this race, Rick?
You know what? Everybody wants to get into the points position. So far, she's been managing to just finish off pretty much as a similar position, like 13th, 12th, 14th there. But going out wide there from Alicia.
Almost hit track there.
I feel if he actually gets this right, he might actually find himself in a position where he can get an attack through. But it looks like he might have a bit of damage, if I'm not mistaken, because I can
Jock
see.
is pitting there. So Jock is the early bird getting into the pits there. Maybe he's opening up some of the guys to pit then first. He's going to be pitting. Is he going to get clean air here now? Don't know if he's going to be getting clean air.
Do you reckon Jock is going to go hard compound?
No, I think that gets
mediums. Oof.
So this is it can work. Like, of course, there might be a safety car coming out in the future right here, but he's definitely going to take best care of time management on these mediums now. Seeing that he is pitting maybe like 3 laps a bit early in my mind, but
that's what I'm also thinking. He is definitely pitting a little bit too early.
Cold tires, watch out.
Oof.
As he's going to be taking it past his teammate there, Alicia, going side to side. Is Alicia going to concede here, or are they actually racing?
I think they're racing as. Oh, there we
Ah,
go.
he does
Alicia just
concede
gives
this.
it right there. Oh, that's actually good sportsmanship right there and some team support. But hopefully Alicia can keep up with Jock and actually get that toe through through the straights, the Wellington straights. So hopefully that can work out for her. But let us have a look and see how she does
So,
right there. Oh,
so Rick, let's go look at our race leaders at the moment. It's going to be Ark and Kaiser, the two Renos, going to be fighting down. How do you think this pit calling is going to be coming in? Of course, normally if you're the if you're the team leader in terms of cars, you get preferential treatment when it comes to pitting. But Ark does have a time penalty as opposed to Kaiser. So do you think Kaiser's got to say, listen, I'm going to undercut you, sorry, bro, or are we going to not see something spicy?
so I have a feeling Ark will stay out there. Ark is that person who pushes the tires a little bit further. I've noticed,
Okay.
his pit strategies are a little bit odd. He go the extra 2 laps or extra 1 to actually, just to see how which tires everybody's taking. Um, but I have a feeling Ark might actually be the one who goes for that extra lap before, allowing Kaiser to just go in to get rid of those soft compound tires. But we'll have to have a look and see how that goes because you'll never know.
It's interesting
Um,
to note here, it doesn't actually look like they're fighting. It looks like they're both conserving a lot of ER. Oh, actually, Art just used all his ERS. So maybe Kaiser is making a move here. Coming up close here, Maggots and Beckets. Ah, goes a little deep there. He's going to be putting it down. He's going to keep it in close to the line. This actually might be a fight here. It's in half a second here. He's going to be deploying some of his ERS. Okay, no, they are fighting. Sorry, I'll take that back.
oh yeah, no, they definitely are fighting as we're looking at it right now. These guys are most probably fighting because of the points more than anything else. Than having to. Oh, there we go. Ark going in first. Okay, that's an idea. Kaiser can go out for another one as Kaiser is the faster driver. So having to lose time to try to carry on with those soft compound tires is not worth it. But
So do you think Kaiser's going to be able to make the overcut work here? Or is Art going to be able to maintain his lead in the undercut? He might be facing traffic now after this cut. But same, Kaiser is going to be facing traffic after his pit on the next lap also. So it's going to be very detrimental here for Kaiser to put the fastest in lap he can possibly do here.
actually, let's actually have a look right here. So let us see where Ark actually comes out. So Ark is definitely going out in traffic. So, Kaiser's gonna have to at least pull half a second during this lap to get himself in a good position to be at least, but he's still gonna drop into traffic, most probably between Drunken and Drum, I feel. But we'll have to have a look and see. Oh, he's just gonna fall right between Drunken and Paradox.
So it doesn't look like Ark is actually getting hold up at all. So if he turns on these mediums fast enough, he's going to maintain his lead. Interesting to see, like Kaiser is going through Maggots and Beckets here, but Michael is close on his gearbox within 1 second. Michael also due for a pit, so it's going to be interesting to see how everything turns out now.
So yeah, you know what? If I were these guys, is actually I'll keep an eye out. Oh, they're both going into the pits, but I'll actually keep an eye out on. Oof. Okay. Nah, that
Just try to right into the pit.
the automatic pit helps quite a lot.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, is that GURPS are still going out there with those soft compound tires. I have a feeling. So as I was saying, is that if your times are not falling off, okay, if you are consistent and you're pushing a little bit faster on these soft compound tires and you're still on 10 laps on them, I feel like, what's the use of going out? But yet again, I find myself in situations where I'll go out of the soft compound, push, and then I'm actually faster with the mediums.
Kaiser is coming out of the pits right now. His teammate's going to be coming out around the last corner. Is he going to be holding me? That does look like Kaiser was able to get the overcut working.
All right,
does overtake his teammate.
As I've predicted, he will fall between Drunken right there and Paradox. And it looks like Michael also just dropped himself right in there. But now this will give Ark some good DRS, which he hasn't had for the past lap. And he should be in a good position to... going in a little bit too deep on that apex right there from Ark. Let us have a look and see if he's going to be able to make a move on Paradox right here.
We can definitely see that Ark is it's a bit agitated there, hitting on traffic for Paradox now. He's going to try to negotiate Paradox quickly, blowing a lot of ERS there. He's going to be taking inside line right now. It's going to be very, very close.
Oh my word, he actually done that. Oh, what an interesting move right there. But I think Paradox might have just let him through as he saw him try lunging into the corner as he goes through towards maggots and brackets. But Gerbster getting a 5-second penalty. That is going to cost him quite a lot. But then, oh, he's actually pitted. So he most probably will be staying in the pits. Yeah, most probably it is the white line, but he's going to stay in the pits for a bit. Hopefully that 5-second penalty gets taken away. Otherwise, that will be a huge problem for him as he races with that 5-second penalty. But let us have a look and see how the whole entire field shuffles up. And we now have Lucius right up front of those medium compound tires, followed by his teammate Druum. I feel like they can actually double stack. The Ferrari can actually, the Ferraris can actually double stack and go in at the same time because there's a 5-second difference.
5 seconds is fine, yeah.
Yeah, so they can.
So, as I said, maybe these Ferraris are just sitting out, praying for the day they can maybe get a safety car. That's the benefit. Yellow flag sector 1. I don't know where that is.
Oof,
I couldn't find that fast enough. But yeah, it's definitely a possibility for these Ferraris, like to be able to double stack once maybe a safety car comes out. Michael putting pressure on Kaiser at the moment. He still has like 40% ERS as opposed to, well, exactly the same 40% ERS on the Kaiser. And Ark is of course trying to push as fast as he can to get back into that DRS of the two fighting in front of him. Still very frustrated probably after that pit getting overcut by his teammate there and hitting into traffic.
Yeah, I know, that's it's an unfortunate thing, unfortunately. But yeah, no, I have a feeling that Ark will be able to catch up to Kaiser, but Michael is actually one unstoppable force. If he can actually, if he can harness his time trial laps into the race right here, he might actually be able to get past Kaiser quite easily. And get himself into a really good position where he can stay away. Ooh,
nice, fastest lap.
Kaiser getting the fastest lap right there. Getting himself into a position where Ark taking the fastest lap. So the Reynolds are actually on the move right there. Paradox carrying another 3-second penalty for a warning there. Track limits most probably. Michael losing the back end there. This should allow Ark to feel a little bit much more motivated to catch up to Michael, as Michael lost a lot of speed there on that corner before the straight. But let us have a look and see how these guys manage these medium compound tires as they go through the exits right here, going towards the straight of the Wellington straight. Yeah.
Now, Regan, so what lap do you think Lucius and Drumweg will be wanting perhaps a safety car to become out? When will they be pitting for their softs?
Well, chances are they'll probably pit for those softs at like 18. So between 17, well, let's put it this way, between 17, 16 and 18 to say you'd want a safety car around about there. But as we're looking at it right now, none of the guys are anywhere close to creating that opportunity for a safety car. I mean, they had a really good clean getaway.
Touch wood.
Yeah.
Touch wood.
Yeah, touch wood. But we had a really good clean getaway. A lot of Kaiser. Oh my word. Okay, almost 1 second faster than his previous one. We had a really good clean getaway. Oh, Grips. Oh, okay. All right.
Fastest lap. And going quite deep there is Kaiser.
And these guys, they're picking up a lot of penalty points. So it's. I think they'll keep exceeding the track limits, but chances of a safety car are still quite slim. As we see right now, we have Alicia. I'm sure those tires are going to start dropping off in the next coming 2 laps. So it's all going to be about who managed their tires quite well. So
yeah, Alicia's also one of those guys that's still running on her mediums that she started out with. So of course she'll be praying for a safety car. Maybe not yet, but let's say like 2-3 laps. That work perfectly for her, and she probably might end up overtaking quite a lot of these midfield runners.
Oh yeah, true. I mean, if you look at it this way, these guys who've already went out for mediums, they're not gonna want to go out for those soft compound tires. But at the same time, given the opportunity with the gap, they might actually be able to still do it. Michael for real, getting really nice and close to Kaiser right there, having a really good exit on that corner. Ooh, Alicia picking up a 3-second penalty. Ooh, the first and hopefully the last. But now let us actually have a look here, as Kaiser's got really good exits, but Michael has got good entries. Oof, going a bit wide there, touching a bit of the cobblestone on the outside of the track. Let us have a look and see how Michael does through these corners right here.
Fascinating to watch now. Also, the battle for P8 at the moment is Sketsky is on Paradox's gearbox, as Gerto is also like 1 second ahead of them. Interesting to see these final points, like where it locks up slightly there. It's going to be Sketsky, but it is definitely putting pressure on Paradox.
Ooh, let us actually have a look. Oh, Paradox is running out of ERS, so
He's making it up.
He's going to be able to
That's
make a
clean
move. Oh,
move.
nice and clean. Taking that inside lane, locking up a little bit, still carrying out a lot of speed into the next. Ooh, more lock up. That might ruin his exit speed right there, but it looks like Skitsky actually managed to get a really good exit, as Paradox has backed out. He definitely backed out of that corner right there as he saw Skitsky lock up. I don't know what's wrong with these guys. As they see somebody lock up, they just, fear to go into them instead of actually just, just getting themselves a little bit nice and close right there with the guys, just to play it a bit the dangerous way. If you don't
Going
risk it.
defensive towards Michael here in the third last corner. Michael's really putting the pressure on. Does he make this leap? No, he decides against it. And he's going to be putting a lot more pressure on. Kurosawa, meanwhile, does pick up another 3-second time penalty. But like Michael's throwing everything he got towards Kaiser, and it looks like the two Ferraris did double stack there as you predicted.
Yeah, I mean, it would be the perfect move to do. Oh, okay. Let's see how far they drop down. So they should be able to stay within the points, with the points position. Oh, this is going to be quite interesting. So we're going to have the AlphaTauris versus the Ferrari. Yeah.
That is second stop from Paradox. No, that is his first stop.
Oh, okay. Tiny G getting himself into the points position right there with medium
fighting towards Droomweg. Droomweg is on the fresher tire now, but he does have slightly cold tires. He's going to be able to warm this up fast enough to take the position back on Tiny. He's right on top of him. He's going to be deploying ERS soon, probably, to be able to take this spot back. Does make the short corner there. It's deploying everything. DRS is going to be coming up close. Goes to the inside. Backs out of it.
Tiny just closes the door right there without any hesitation. Gee
whiz.
Drum catching some feelings on the grass there with a penalty, but that is not.
They might be Vitry Bottas because he was cutting grass right there.
But you know what? Drum now is on. He's going in quite deep there in that high-speed corner. Drum is actually sitting with a 9-second penalty compared to Tiny with a 6-second penalty. So Tiny can relax a bit, but he should be pushing to try and catch up to the guys up front.
Yeah, I personally don't like what Drum is doing right now. He's pushing too much in sectors where you shouldn't be trying to make overtakes, and he's just throwing away, like, once again, like, just get close to him, get on a straight, make the overtake, because you're going to be ruining another lap for yourself, sitting behind Tiny. Like, he probably could have already made this overtake on the, if he just sat in sector 2, just try to stay close. But now he's going to have to be deploying a lot more ERS, and that's just a waste of my eyes.
Ooh. Oh, wow. So we are looking at Skitsky is managing to get closer and closer to Gripster, but Gripster is quarter. Oh gosh, that's a little bit too close right there. I see there's a lot of hesitation. Oh, back end sliding out quite a lot and losing a lot of exit speed right there as Tiny. If, in the case of losing the back end of the car, I would not try get on the ERS. I would just let it be and then push on and try to catch up again and then start using the ERS. But these guys just destroy the ERS on any opportunity they get. Oh, Jock getting a 3-second penalty, catching more feelings for the track, as that will cost him quite a lot towards the finish. But look at that! Going out.
Hello, track limit.
He did manage to keep the other 2 tires right there on the edge. But this game does tend to have some few favors out there. But we're gonna have to.
Now I should make the move. Is he close enough to make the move here? It's going to be deploying ERS.
If he can make the lunge on the outside. Ooh, stays on the inside. Yeah, it's quite interesting. Oh, Tiny just really going all the way around. He'll be able to get his position
He's
back.
defending his position in the inside. Droom is going to be going deep, but Tiny's there. Goes way too deep, but is
Oh, they're
able to
still
keep
side by
it.
side, keeping a lot of space between them there. They could get a little bit closer, and Drew managing to finish off that move, going towards the start finish. And now let us have a look and see how this is going to turn out as we about to approach the next ERS zone. But Tiny does not have enough ERS, as Druam has a lot of ERS. Pretty much 40% of that ERS is still there. Gopster catching more feelings for the track, which is not really good for him. But now Tiny's got DRS, and let's see how that goes out for him, as he most probably will be on his rich mode, and backing off. Oof, going out too wide there. He could have caught, if he could have gotten himself a lot of time if he went a little bit deep, but managing to recover a bit there. And let's have a look. Oof, that getaway from Druam, it's insane, of those soft compound tires and that exit right there as they go through the hanger straight, going towards the Maggots and Beckets. And let us see how this goes for them. Oh, sorry.
So the battle for P1 is like really spicing up at the moment. Like looks like Michael just saved like quite a lot of ERS as opposed to Kaiser, who's only sitting on 20%. So is Michael just trying to bide his time, seeing if he can maybe make the move on the last lap or something? He does have no time penalties, as also Kaiser. But I mean, like at the moment, it does look like it might be favoring towards Michael.
I have a feeling Michael's that guy who just waits for you to just make a mistake, and then he takes advantage of that. Oof, he is definitely, he's lost almost 100th of a second there, and then he comes back right at it. But he is getting quite close. Right here, we have Gerbster right behind Skekski, but Gerbster is, he's got a lot of, he might actually be the one causing Gerbster making a move on Skekski right there, going side by side through the corner, and Gerbster finishing the move quite, and no, there we go. Gerbster just having to back out of it, and unfortunately Skekski just having to really fight back for his position using that ERS. But let us have a look and see how they go through the high-speed corner towards... Oh, we had an accident right there between Gerbster and Skekski as Gerbster spin out, and virtual safety car.
BSD.
Oh, my word. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is quite interesting. So this should actually allow, if I'm not mistaken, it should allow Tiny G to have a comfortable points position for himself. And now... this is going to be quite interesting now. So if Kaiser gets a really good getaway after this virtual safety car, it should allow him to get that edge over Michael, which Michael needs to push really hard to catch up to Kaiser. But if Michael gets that edge when the safety car starts, Kaiser's in a lot of danger. Here we go.
Michael, is anyone pitting on this virtual safety car? I don't see anyone pitting at the moment, but it does look like Kaiser is mocking, biding his time before it's going to be green flag racing again.
Yeah, so only the two guys who have that racing incidents on that high-speed corner will be going out into
drive-through penalty for Spoon. Oof. Speeding out a safety car.
Ooh, that's, well, look, he is right at the back, so it's not going to really penalize him that much. But drive-through for Paradox also. Okay, that is looking quite fancy. It looks like Kaiser has managed to get a really good clean getaway on the as soon as the safety car resumed. So that is looking real good for him, as he's almost a second in front of Michael. But Michael now is going to have to work himself really hard, getting on that DRS and getting a bit of tow through the hanger straight. But we will have to see and see how this turns out for Michael as he enters the high-speed right-hander through Stowe. But now let us have a look and see the last two corners, going through Vale and then going towards Club. Will he be able to carry out a lot of speed on that exit right there? And it looks like it's okay, but Kaiser just managing to edge a little bit forward more. Oh, another yellow. Oof. Okay, in the first sector, that's interesting. What's happening right there? But yeah, oof, that's looking quite hot here, coming from Michael, managing to get himself really close to Kaiser. Oh, losing the back end a little bit there on the exit there, losing a bit of speed for the exit, but that is still okay as he has a lot of ERS to spend. But it's looking really bad for Kaiser as he's sitting with almost 20% ERS to utilize. Now we have Michael getting nice and close through the corners and actually getting a really clean exit out of that corner. Now Kaiser is at the mercy of Michael as Michael gets the nice good toe towards the high speed right as we're going to go through towards the Maggots and Packets corners, and Kaiser getting a really clean entry and exit, and followed by Michael just enjoying the sight of the gearbox, and he's getting closer and closer. I'm sure he's getting quite excited as he gets closer. Hopefully he doesn't make any mistakes to lose this epic push towards the last few laps for himself. Right now we got Gerbster who's trying to most probably make a move on Vortex, but Gerbster's got a 12-second penalty that'll take him right out of the points table. But now we are sitting here with Michael getting nice and close to Kaiser, and Kaiser looks like he's about to panic a little bit there. Oh, Michael going in a little bit too deep on the exit right there, but let us have a look. Oh, that must have impacted him a little bit on the speed, but it wasn't too much. Let us see how this goes for these guys down towards the first DRS zone of this track on Silverstone. A lot of lockup there from Michael. Not a lockup, so now keeping the car nice and stable, and Kaiser getting a really good exit and nice and clean little touch on that apex right there. So this is not looking so good for Michael as Kaiser is feeling the pressure, but he is controlling it. He is staying in that part, and he wants to make sure he gets that pole position. Gerbster retiring. Okay, hopefully that is not going to cause us a safety car right there. And okay, that's quite interesting. Okay, Skekski getting. Whoa. Here we go. Skekski getting the fastest time at 1:28 as he's got nice brand new softs. Oh, Gerbster destroying the braking zone boards right there and that exit. And it's actually an almost unsafe entry into the lane there. But now we have Michael getting nice and close and personal to Kaiser. Are we going to be seeing any moves coming up on the next 2 laps? Because if he does not make a move on the next 2 laps, it might be game over for him. But yes, yet again, there will be a little bit more to do something. Michael making sure he utilizes the extra width of the track on that exit right there towards the start finish. That is looking real good for him. And let us have a look and see. More locking up for Michael. I feel like he'd get a little bit closer if he didn't lock up. So he's losing a lot of speed there during the thing they're turning in towards the apex. So that is not good for him as he gets the DRS, but he still has a lot of ERS. Why isn't he using it?
Yeah, it's been lap after lap here that Michael's been continuously in the sector 2 and 3. He's been able to catch up to Kaiser for, let's say, 300 and get within 300 of striking distance, and then in sector 1 he just keeps on throwing away this advantage over and over again. He still has a lot of ERS, but he's going to have to make a clean sector 1 to be able to see if he can take the fight and make the overtake work on Kaiser for the race win.
Oh yeah, definitely. But it looks like Arc is disconnected from Steam. That's most probably going to cost him some time when it comes to Tiny G, who's right behind him, but there's a 16-second difference. Ooh, Alicia, the back marker. Ooh, costing Kaiser there. Will Michael make a move? Ooh, that was super close right there from Michael, getting nice and close to the Renault rear end tires there. Ooh. This is now getting nice and toasty now. Hopefully Michael is not going to make a mistake and go straight into the gearbox of Kaiser and just damaging his wing. Oh, the exit is almost identical for these two drivers as he's going towards the end of the race, and they're pushing as hard as they can. Let us have a look and see. Kaiser still sitting with 20% ERS as usual, but he's been managing it quite well and keeping himself away from these other guys. So now let us have a look and see. Will he be able to get a really good exit from Michael? Oh, Michael losing the back end a bit there, losing that exit again. That first sector is killing him hard. Oh my word, getting the DRS, but the DRS isn't enough for the distance that Kaiser has managed to pull away from Michael. But now Michael's getting nice, close and personal. Come on, get a really good exit. That's all you need to do. Now here we go again. Now utilize that ERS, and that toe is working for you. Will he be able to get himself nice and close towards the Maggots and Packets corners? And getting a really good entry right there. He should be able to go. Ooh!
That picks up time penalty.
Oh my word, Kaiser has caught some feelings for the track. That should be a straight dead giveaway. Fortunately, Kaiser is gonna have to just kind of give up for this. But if he carries on pushing, he might be able to get Michael to make a mistake and also get a 3-second penalty. Now Kaiser
He
just
let him
gave.
through.
Yeah, he let him right through as they go side by side towards the final few corners.
What is
Oh,
the DNF?
he DNF'd. Oh my god. I think
What
they
happened?
touched. I think they touched.
Kaiser's in the wall.
Yeah, he's in the wall. I think they touched. But no, they didn't touch. They didn't touch because there was no. Oof. Okay, that is not good at all for the Reynolds. Oh my word. That is quite interesting. That is quite interesting. Right there. I don't think they touched at all. Or maybe they did.
Wow. I don't know. I was in overview.
I wasn't in his car. I was actually sitting in Michael's car, and I just heard a huge thump. But okay, easy peasy points position for Michael right there after that mistake that was done by Kaiser.
That's so unfortunate for Kaiser. He had such a good race throughout this whole, and then second to last lap, something happens and he's in the wall. Hopefully it wasn't something like connection issue, or even worse, that he had contact with Michael. Really a good fight throughout the whole race.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, Michael did go out wide going out of the exit of the corner. He did not touch. During the entry of the corner, they didn't touch. They were not even close enough to touching. So we'll have to see. Maybe the guys might be able to provide some evidence for us.
So I have to say, I'm pretty satisfied with my prediction. As we can see, Lucius is in third place. He's probably going to be able to pick up that podium as I predicted. He had a really good first stint, and it just pays off in the end.
Yeah, now we got the last of the Reynolds, which is Ark, as he's battling it out to try avoid Tiny from catching up to him, but Tiny's a little bit too far behind. He's now currently going through Maggots and Beckett's, and yeah, this is oof. Okay, well, what is that back marker doing right there from Haas? Vortex catching another 3-second penalty right there for himself, but what a finish to this whole entire race. The last lap of the race, we on it, and yeah, so Lucius can get himself into second position if he can get, closer. But unfortunately, yeah,
That's
I don't
a little
know.
big ask.
That's a big ask of, let's say, 1.5 seconds. That's a big ask, but it could happen. Because
what's the how much is it? Let me just check myself.
oh, there we go. He's now in the he's in the 7 seconds. So Jock has got a 6-second penalty. And Lucius is actually 7 seconds away from Jock, so he just needs to destroy 1 and 200ths of a second to actually take that second place position.
Let's see if I can bring up the time
just
penalties also.
Just have a look at the intervals and time penalties.
Yeah, I got it. Oh yeah, it's definitely possible.
It is possible, but that's if Jock makes a mistake. But knowing Jock, he is currently clutching his butt to make sure he doesn't make a mistake on this last corner. Ooh.
But there we go. Michael does pick up the W. Very much congratulations to him. Jock is going to be coming to the line also. Comes to the line.
Yeah. That is...
That's Lucius going to be picking up 2v2. Is he going to be coming around the last corner? No, he just misses out.
Oh my word. A 0.6 difference. Oh
yeah.
My god. What a race. I'm actually shocked. That was a super clean race from these guys. I'm shocked and impressed at the same time. And yeah, this has been one heck of a beautiful race that we've got from these guys. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us in on the Tier 2 Redline Racing League today. But these guys have raced their hearts out and they've shown a lot of promise and improvement to say, hang on, we guys can also do it. We don't have to have a wreck fest out there. And you know what? Look at that. These guys have managed to show us some real good time. So Blair should be able to get himself into 8th position or 7th position, somewhere there.
Is Alicia going to be able to pick up a point there at the end? No, unfortunately she does only have...
That's a little bit far. Let me have a look and see.
No, she's 11. No, that's cool. So the race rundown is, of course, it's going to be Michael P1, followed by Jock, Lucius, Ork, Skitsky, Tiny G, Paradox, Droomhoog, Drunken Irish, Blair, and then at the 11th place, further on, it's the guys outside the points.
Oh man, what an epic race towards the very end. Unfortunately, the pressure cooker spat out a driver and he didn't manage to finish. But you know what? It is what it is. That's what happens during a race. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight. It's been one heck of an insane race that we saw today from the Tier 2, nice and clean. Well, it's not squeaky, but it's still nice and clean and super impressive times, as you can see right there, as the guys have quite competitive times to each other. So that has been looking real good. Now, just keep out on the lookout. Within the next 5 minutes, we'll be getting into the Tier 1 race today.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, it's always spicy. I'm not gonna lie. It's always a spicy race.
So, Rick, thank you very much for having me. I'm going to be one of the guys driving in the Tier 1. I hope you enjoy it and enjoy your stream. Thank you.
Oh, no, yeah. Good luck to your to racing right there. Just don't pin it into the wall, please.
I'll try not to. Thank you, Rick. See you.
I'll be cheering out for you right here from the commentary box. And good luck and enjoy the race. Thank you for coming along and the commentary. You've done a really good job and you gave us a lot of energy right here. Thank you. Ooh, here we go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to switch over to Tier 2 just now. So we'll be cracking and going just now. So I'll be going offline and just see you in the next few minutes.